This week on the show, we have some brand new information on experiences coming to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party this year, and also cast members are putting the finishing touches to Toy Story Land as that is due to open this weekend. So sit back, relax, and let's take a look at this week's news. Hi everyone and welcome to this week's What in the World, the show where we take a look at the last 7 days in Walt Disney World news. Let's start with a little Magic Kingdom update about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So Disney on Friday announced that this year's Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party would have a few new experiences this year. Space Mountain will have some new special effects and also a new soundtrack, though there are no details on what this will be yet. And also the Mad Tea Party will be getting brand new colourful lighting and new special effects. Storybook Circus will welcome the Storybook Circus Disney Junior Jam, which is a dance party featuring characters like Doc McStuffins from Disney Junior. Finally, there's not much information, but new pirates will invade Pirates of the Caribbean, interacting with sailing guests who will join the search for Gunpowder Pete. Favourites like the Headless Horseman and the Hocus Pocus villain Spelltacular will still also be there for every guest to enjoy. So this week in Epcot news, as the Guardians Coaster building gets taller, we can actually see how gigantic the building is and just where you can see it from the park. As we see in these first couple of photos as you enter into Epcot through the turnstiles, the construction in the building can be seen very clearly, and even when in the park you can see it from where the stroller rentals is on the left hand side, and as I said, it looks very big. Now if you're on the monorail you can get a great look at the building that will house the show vehicles, though not much has gone on with this on the outside since we spoke about it a couple of months ago. From Future World East, near where Test Track is, we can see the building still looms very large from many of the rides around here. Test Track is the least place it can be seen due to the canopy at the front and also a few trees. But from Mission Space, you can clearly see the building poking out from behind the Wonders of Life, which by the way still has some ongoing work painting the roof. Now from Future World West, which is the opposite side where the Guardians Coaster building is, up near the Imagination Pavilion, you can still clearly see the building, though it is somewhat blocked by the monorail. There's not much of a view from it from the Land Pavilion as it's mostly blocked by trees, so there's no issues there. And you can't see the building from the Seas with Nemo and Friends either. As WDW News Today rightly points out, Epcot was built with the pavilions that housed attractions. However, these pavilions were themselves part of the show. Now there's never really been a need for Disney to hide any of the buildings in Epcot, so it begs the question, what will Disney do to the outside to try and hide this massive show building? With the opening of Toy Story Land now only mere days away, Imagineers have been putting the final touches to this new land before opening. This week Disney Parks blog shared a little video just giving us a little insight on what it takes to finish off the land. Shannon Mazchek tells us that it takes an army of Imagineers to bring a project of this size to life, and how closely all of the departments have to work together to bring the development in on time and of course budget. It takes set experts, graphics experts, lighting experts, show experts, and many more to bring all of the little touches to life that will immerse you in Toy Story Land. Even when you look at some of the signs and graphics, these have been made with the thought in mind of what Andy might have to hand to do this. Now I bet it's a tough job to pretend you're the size of a small green army man and imagine all the things that now need to be blown up to massive sizes to make guests feel that they've stepped inside the world. Keep an eye on next week's What in the World, because I'm sure we'll have loads of info about the opening of the brand new land. Now while we're on the topic of Toy Story Land, we've all seen the concept art, we've all seen the pictures of the ongoing building work. What we haven't seen is what the land will look like at night. Well, thanks to Disney Parks blog this week, we got our first look at what the land will look like when the sun goes down. We got to see what the attractions look like all lit up and with the audio fully integrated. We can see Slinky running on the track through the lit up power rings and how Alien Swirling Saucers has that fun disco feel. Both of the rides look totally different running at night than they do in the day, and I bet Slinky will give some great views of the land. We can also see some of the characters like Jessie and Rex all lit up. We also got to see some of the toys we've mentioned on the show before, like Alien Swirling Saucers ride models and the Slinky Dog Dash Power Boost set. As I mentioned before, keep an eye on next week's What in the World, as I'm sure we'll have lots of info from the brand new land opening over the weekend. Now, we've spoke before a few times on the show about patents filed by Disney and how sometimes these come to be something and how sometimes they don't come to be anything at all. This week, new patents were filed showing that they might have figured out how to mimic a Star Wars style blaster in the daylight. This early on in the land's progress, we don't know if this kind of technology would be used for a stage show or maybe even some kind of staged battle in the street amongst guests to make it feel more immersive. Whatever the application of the patent might be, I'm sure it's going to add more awesome touches to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge when it opens in 2019. The new Incredibles 2 movie's opening weekend was, well, incredible. The movie had a record-breaking opening of $180 million, meaning that it now holds the record for best debut of all time for an animated film. Now, that title was previously held by Finding Dory, which opened to $135 million in 2016. The first movie opened in 2004 with $70.5 million and went on to win the Oscar for the Best Animated Film. The film also landed the 8th biggest US domestic opening of all time. Reviews for the movie so far say it's a great sequel, and currently it holds a 94% fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. This week, Disney updated the My Disney Experience app, which now features an updated design and also a feature we spoke back about in April. Guests with a valid reservation can now find out in real time when the next bus will arrive to take you to your destination from within the app itself. Additionally, the app had a little overhaul, making it easier to navigate and also cutting down on loading times. Also now, Toy Story Land is included in the map for Hollywood Studios. Make sure you update your apps from either the iOS or the Android app stores to get these new features. Moving on to the last story this week, it was about March time on the show when we last spoke about the World of Disney store and how half of the store was going under refurbishment. The half of the store that was being worked on is due to be revealed within the coming weeks, and the other half of the store will then be under refurbishment as well. This week, a new sign was installed outside the store, which is a big change from the old one. We can see the giant Stitch and also the colourful World of writing along with the usual Disney font. What do you think of the brand new World of Disney sign? Do you prefer the new one, or do you like the old one better? Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. That's the end of this week's news, so let's get on with the merch update. Who doesn't love getting a Mickey ice cream bar when you go to the theme parks? Well, now you can wear one, and I don't mean dropping it on your t-shirt. The Mickey ice cream bar is now a pair of mini ears and features a pink bow and will be available from July. Next up, we have a lot of new merchandise featuring Soarin'. These include this t-shirt on the left for $34.99 and the t-shirt on the right for $29.99. There's also a youth shirt for $19.99 and also a hoodie for $54.99. There's also this woman's shirt for $32.99 and a bag for $39.99. There are also keychains and pins for $9.99 and $12.99. And there's also a mug which I absolutely love, which is $22.99. Next up is a Mulan Magic Band to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the movie, and this is priced at $22.99. Sticking with the magic bands, we also have this new pink Chip and Dale Magic Band, which is also $22.99. Now, for those who love their Instagram walls, good news, you can now also get them as phone cases from the DTech On Demand kiosks. They're all priced at $29.99 with $5 extra for personalisation. Now, these include the purple wall from the Magic Kingdom, the blueberry wall, the bubblegum wall, and the toothpaste wall from Epcot, and also the Fichwa Fellow wall from Animal Kingdom. Let me know which of these cases you would get to represent your favourite wall. That's it for another week's news from What in the World. Let me know in the comments if you're going to Toy Story Land next week, and maybe even drop us a picture and we'll feature it in next week's show. Now, if you like this episode of the show, please drop us a thumbs up, as that does help us out. And also, while you're there, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload of the show. Now, don't forget you can find us through the week on both Facebook and Twitter at What in the D World. And until next week, Thanks for watching, and we'll see you real soon.